Hi guys, and welcome to my review of the Razer Firefly hard gaming mouse mat. Without any further ado, the packaging is awesome. Love it. Inside we have a nice little, what is this? Congratulations, there's no turning back. Basically a love letter from their founder and CEO claiming we will love this product, which we might. Looks really awesome. We have some paperwork. Oh, we love paperwork. And there's some stickers. So you get some cool stickers for your case. And Razer Firefly, just telling you the basics of it. This is the mouse mat. It has a little bit of weight to it, but it's not overly heavy. The back has a nice rubberized traction, so that's not going to move from pretty much any desk I've ever used. It's going to stick fairly nicely. Wow, just the initial review of this and looking at it, it really is, besides getting my fingerprints all over it, it's beautiful. It really is. The cord is pretty flexible, has a braided covering on it, and it seems very flexible compared to many other cords I've messed with. The surface seems a little textured, more than I personally like, but we will see.
Let's just stop right there for a second. Every mouse you will use should have a smooth pad on the bottom. To avoid smooth-on-smooth surface suction and apparent friction, mouse mats come with a slightly rough surface finish, sort of like fine sandpaper. This allows for a small air barrier to exist between the mouse and the mat. If you're interested in this sort of science, check out mechanical seals and how they work.
Comparing it to just a normal soft mat, it is alright. One thing I prefer with my mouse pads is that it has a nice flat surface. That's one reason why using a soft mouse mat isn't really my thing. When you put a mouse on there, depending on how hard the surface is, you could actually dig in a little bit, and that adds a lot of resistance depending on how you do it. If you have a little bit of weight on one side of your mouse than the other, it can dig in and you can feel a change in resistance. At least I can. Maybe I'm not using my mouse correctly. But on a hard mat or on a surface like a nice tabletop, you really don't feel anything. And depending on the surface, you may be fine without a mouse pad or mouse mat at all. The Razer Firefly has a micro-textured finish for balanced gameplay. The surface has been optimized for high-quality response tracking. They pretty much made it to handle all kinds of sensors and all kinds of sensitivities, which is really good. On one hand, it's not specific for one type of mouse, which if you're the elite of the elite, that might be a slight negative, but if it can cover everything without really losing anything, overall it's a huge benefit. The color is 16.8, I believe, million. It does have inter-device color synchronization if you have a bunch of other cool Razer products like a keyboard or a mouse. It has a decent USB connector on the end of the cable. It's about 4 millimeters thick and approximately 10 inches by 14 inches plus or minus. It weighs less than a pound and it'll work with your Mac or PC, no problem. Windows 10 or older shouldn't be a problem, all the way back to 7. The one thing that I do not really like about this is that you cannot just download a driver and call it a day. You have to sign up with a valid email to the Razer Synapse registration. It requires a valid email, and I really don't like being forced to give people more information than what they need when I just gave them money for their product. There's no good reason why I should also have to give you my name, my phone number, or any of this other stuff, unless I'm expecting some warranty where we're going to email each other or we're going to actual physically mail things back and forth to one another, you don't need all of my information. And I really don't like a bunch of companies getting information because they're going to be breached one day. Depending on how your mouse wire is, if you're moving the mouse back and forth and your normal orientation is that the wire is going to your computer off in a corner somewhere, and if your mouse wire, this particular mouse actually has the wire sticking up, that's just the way I have it tied, but normally your mouse wire was going to be pretty much touching the desk or close to it, and it hits this large raised bump. It has to be like 6 millimeters above the 4 millimeter mat here. It's fairly large. So I don't know who came up with that. If it were me and I was in the designing stages of something like this, I would have moved this connection point off to the corner where you're definitely not going to have it be an issue.
To sum up, I really love its consistency. I've been using it with my Logitech G700S and have had 0 issues.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see some more cool tech videos. I will catch you on the flip side. Hard gaming mouse mat. Hard gaming mouse mat. That's what they call it. That's the $5 name. That's the proper name.